Hi, this is LAQUITA S-KAY. My book is Blissful Encounters of Intensity, Book 1 and 2, and I'm on the Jerry Royce Live.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to Jerry Royce Live on PositivePower21.org. I am the voice of Jerry Royce, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power 21. And today's sponsors are FastTechSolutions.net for your internet needs. They rebuild and install computer network infrastructures and perform computer repairs. And also we got the resume guy at www.career-image.com. So if you have a raggedy resume, call the resume guy. He will get you that interview, so the interview will get you the job. And don't forget about our good people on the Eastern Shore, Cambridge, Maryland, home of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad, REI Heritage Tours. You can reach them at 410-820-8350, 410-820-8350. And also we got Lori Williams, our beautiful songbird out of Washington, D.C. Her CDs are on sale at Amazon.com. And if you want a quick reference, just go to PositivePower21.org. And also don't forget about following us on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. And we want to thank everybody that was on our show last week. We were so happy. We had a great time. I was able to upload our conference that we had with Success Revolution, so you can check that show out. The ladies were very excited and energized, and we'll be having them on pretty soon to talk about their books and their services that they offer as lifestyle coaches. So we sure can use them these days. And I tell you, man, when you're in a leadership position, sometimes you can't just talk to anybody. So you may want to give one of those life coaches a call. And don't forget about Valerie Moore. Her show is out on our site. She's with Purple Rose Empowerment, life coach. Google her, because I have a link out there for you. So anyway, no further ado, I have a special guest. She's kind of a superstar out there. She does everything, and we're going to talk about everything she's doing in the acting world, in the writing world. And let's talk about LAQUITA S-KAY. Born and raised in Patterson, Louisiana, enjoys her quality time writing novels and screenplays, modeling, acting, and singing. She is an ex-U.S. Army and currently resides in North Louisiana. She holds a master's degree in CGA in criminology and counseling psychology from Chaminade, we'll get that right, University of Honolulu. I said that wrong?
Chaminade University.
Chaminade, okay. Chaminade University of Honolulu. Thank you so much. She takes great pleasure in entertaining others with her vivid, erotic, and mind-blowing novel, such as her series Blissful Encounters of Intensity, available on Amazon.com. She is currently working on 2 thriller pieces and look forward to introducing them to you soon. She is recognized for many honors, but the most important ones are those near and dear to her heart. And she received a couple, Army Commendation medals from the U.S. Army, and then everything else was life lessons, and she's here to talk about that. So welcome to the show, LAQUITA. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. I'm so glad you was able to get in contact with us. We didn't hear from you. Like, she must be on a set, making a movie, becoming a star. And we understand. So how you doing? What's going on?
Nothing much. Just another day. Today I'm finally taking a break from filming, but, it was a much-needed break.
That's right. I know what it's like. 'Cause I gave that a little try. Little modeling here, little acting there,
Oh, yeah?
You got to have some energy for that kind of stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so that's what we're going to start out and talk about. We're going to talk about you. So give us a little bit of your background. We know you got all these degrees and everything. It was like, okay, wow, show off. So tell us something that's not in your bio that you think your fans would like to know.
Well, I'm a very interesting person, Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's see. I do have kids. A lot of people don't believe that. But I do. What else? Let's see. I come from like a little rinky-dink town, but I've been having fans since I was young. I grew up singing in church, so it was kind of one of those things where, what do I want to do with this? So ever since I was young, I always wanted to be some sort of entertainer. I just didn't know which kind. So I went on with my education, and then finally, I guess, one thing kind of led to another, and then it was just boom, boom, boom. It all happened at the same time, kind of. So it's been a pretty amazing ride thus far.
That's right. Now, getting involved with acting requires a lot of time. So are you retired, or you able to live off your books and things that you're able to spend a lot of time acting? Because I know it takes some commitment to get involved with acting and modeling. How were you able to do all of that?
I am actually retired. I am.
Good.
It was thanks to my my fight over there in Iraq. So, but I don't regret 1 minute of it. I'm, just having the honor and the pleasure to fight for my country and everybody in it. That's near and dear to me. So I take that with great pride. So when I say I'm retired from the Army, I can actually say that with pride. I do miss it, but hey, if I had the opportunity to do it all over, I would. But yeah, when it comes to acting, yes, it does require a lot of time, and sometimes it's like last minute too. So it's like you got to be ready to move at any given time. So that's one of the things you can't necessarily plan, because you just never know when it's coming. So
that's right. Kind of similar to being in the military. You never know when that mission comes down, because they don't tell everybody. And I want to say first, I want to say kudos to you, serving our country, because it takes a certain kind of person to kind of do that kind of work. I know it's not easy. You putting your life on the line. I'm not sure what your job was, but by you holding all these degrees, I'm saying you probably was in charge of a whole bunch of people, right?
Well, I didn't start off in charge of people. I was the little person, and then I kind of worked my way up. But yeah, at some point in my career, I did have some soldiers under me, and yeah, my job was a pretty important one, especially when it came to making sure everybody else had weapons and ammo. So yeah, I had a pretty important job there.
That's right, and lucky you had an opportunity to study in Honolulu. Did you do the 4 years there, or you were there a little longer?
Actually, I was there 13 years.
Wow.
And while I was there, I had the opportunity to get my bachelor's and as well as 2 master's degrees, and I started a PhD program. And I was just like, okay, I got to take a break from school. This writing thing keeps bugging me. I just got up one day and decided, hey, I want to write a book. And the rest is kind of history from there. So,
Wow, now you've done quite a lot, because you look very young. I don't know the age of your children, but you've done a career. You have like 3-4 degrees, and now you're in acting. Where you find this energy from?
To be honest, I really don't know. I think, it takes a person to kind of see something, see themselves in somebody else. And really, for me, all it took was one person to kind of say, hey, have you ever thought about? And then, it kind of went from there. So the energy, I really don't know where it comes from, but I do thank God for having such an understanding family and having them behind me 100%. So that really does help a lot in those days when I feel like, oh, I'm crashing. I don't know when, I don't know if I'm going to make it the next day. I think about them, and I think about what they're sacrificing for me to do what I'm doing. And then that's the push that I need, and that gets me through.
Good. Now, modeling. Now, modeling is not really easy. I know, we look at ourselves sometimes in the mirror and say, oh, I look good. I should wear fancy clothes and work for designers. So how far did you go with your modeling degree?
Actually, I don't even have a degree in modeling. I got seen by this company, and I submitted to do a job with them. I did that job, and then from there, I started doing additional jobs. So now I'm in the process of getting ready to be booked for commercials and doing additional shoots. So I've done everything from just your regular clothing down to like Victoria's Secret, swimsuit edition and stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah. Now what a lot of people don't understand about modeling, because my brother, he had really got into it. He actually got discovered working with a photographer. I think we were just showing up to get some pictures for our business, because we had started our own business. And then next thing you know, the photographer said, hey, I'd like to shop your pictures around. Next thing you know, we getting calls, left and right. Every weekend, during the week, stuff happens. Then you getting agents calling you. Now, everybody can't walk the runway because they're not tall enough, and everybody that looks good in person don't look that good on print. Now, I'm looking at some of your print work. You look really good in print. But then they say people who look good in print, you're welcome. They say they look plain in person. So what's up? Talk to us, man. We just looking at you. We just see you now in picture format. So will we recognize you on the street? Tell me that.
Oh, most definitely. Not too much about me changes. The only difference that you'll see might be my glasses. That's I tend to wear my glasses outside in public. Sometimes I don't.
Because you have very sharp features. It captures the camera very well. So was that the advantage for you getting into acting? Because a lot of people don't know that you have to be, kind of photogenic in a way to get into acting. You just can't be a good actor, a stage actor. Now, okay, let me ask you, because I don't really know. I'm just jumping at it. Now, if a person is a good stage actor, but they're not photogenic, could they make the motion pictures?
I guess it really depends on how good the photographer is and how good the videographer is, should I say. And it really depends on the angle to where you're hitting this person. Yes, you can make them cute. You can make them look a certain way if you move the camera this direction and that direction. But I will tell you, there are certain things that directors and producers and casting agents look for when they select their people. So even those who may not necessarily have that look, there's still something about them that the director or producer may see that other people may not necessarily look at. So it really depends.
So by you being a former model, because you kind of remind me a little bit, of Jane Kennedy back in the day. She was on TV. I think she started as a sportscaster and got into acting. What kind of roles can they cast someone who's attractive? Because you have a southern accent, you're from the South. What roles are you being cast for and you reading for?
Well, that kind of varies, and with the fact that I'm kind of newer to this thing, I'm really now just starting to kind of get my roles and my lines and stuff like that. But it's coming. I have been in some pretty big, should I say, some big movies that are filming now. I'm doing a lot of that right now, and now that I am locked in with an agent, now I have different roles that are coming in. So, yeah,
So that means you're required to travel for some of your for the casting or reading for the parts?
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of traveling. So, I mean, I was just talking to Shamik earlier. You know, we were on the computer, and I told him, I said, don't lose confidence in me yet. You know, I'm still here. So, you know, it's just been so crazy with the acting thing. Like, I never intended for it to become, you know, what it is now. It was more or less, oh, let me just see what I can do here. I'll just doodle here, doodle there. And then, you know, it kind of blew up on me, and I'm very grateful for it. You know, I thank God for it every day because it didn't have to happen.
That's
you know,
right.
and the same thing with writing. You know, it's like it was just a doodle. It started out as a doodle, and that's all I intended for it to be. I never intended for it to become a book, let alone be on the bestsellers list. So yeah. I mean, that is like amazing. So every day that I get to do this thing, I mean, I'm so grateful, and especially for the people who have helped me get here, because if it had not been for their push or their shove, you know, I may not be doing this stuff. I would probably be sitting somewhere at a desk doing counseling, you know, because that's where I was going.
That's right. Now, Blissful Encounters. Now, was that was your actual first published book under? Because you're under True Glory, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so that was your first published deal?
That was my first published novel. Yeah. Okay.
Now you mentioned screenplay. Was that a screenplay at one time?
No, I actually wrote another screenplay that is actually in the hands of a director, and we are looking forward to moving forward with that.
Yeah.
So
I'm
doing some interesting things.
Yeah, I was going to say, so what's the deal? So once you start the rolling in that industry, it's no stopping until the roles just don't come in no more? I mean, what's the deal? You're on the roll now.
Yeah, I can actually say for me, I'm pretty upfront, and if I want to do something, I'm going to try and find the right people to do that with. I love to network. I love meeting new people, and that's kind of how I kind of shine out there, should I say. So being able to shift from one thing to the next, it's because of the people you come in contact with. You just never know who you're around, you know, and just by having conversations with those individuals, that's how you build and start those new relationships. Yes, and you know, it kind of goes from there. So you always have to be open-minded and always be aware of your surroundings, just because you never know who you're in contact with.
That's right. So is it a good chance that you may be living in L.A. soon or Atlanta? Because I'm hearing now a lot of the business is starting to come to Atlanta. What's
yeah, they do have a lot of stuff that's going on there. Yes, but Louisiana is the number one. Should I say they have taken number one in the movie industry? So it's no longer California, L.A. It's been Louisiana for the last couple of months. So I mean, if you really think about it, every given day there's like a new project adding on to the list of just so many that are already out there and that are, being made every day. So I don't foresee myself moving anywhere. Although I may have like a little condo or something like that somewhere else, but no, I love being in the area where I am just because I'm away from everything.
That's right.
So I wouldn't have to worry about stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, why do you think the film industry is so interested in that territory now?
Say that again, one more time.
So why do you think the film industry is so interested in that territory, Louisiana? Is it,
I think it has a lot to do with the tax credits, but I don't want to necessarily say that. This is one of those situations where I can say, I really don't know. I think Louisiana has a lot of culture here, and people do love the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it gives them a chance to kind of, see different things, experience different things, and you always hear about New Orleans, the Big East, Mardi Gras. That's like, it's huge. Everybody knows about it. So why, if given an opportunity to come to this state and make a movie, I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? So
that's right.
Pretty amazing.
And when you're native-born football players out of the NFL, Jacoby Jones, with the Baltimore Ravens. He really was, talking you guys up when he was on Dancing with the Stars too. He's talking you guys up.
Yeah. We get a good bunch of them come from out of here.
Yeah.
So I think it has a lot to do with the culture.
Yeah, people love it. People want to lay back and enjoy the diversity of everything,
Yeah, absolutely.
And they really do. Yeah, they really want that. All right, and it sounds good. And you think about some of your most successful movies have been filmed in that location. Some really good movies.
That is so correct.
So maybe just a lot of screenplays have been accepted and been green light in the territory in that area, because remember, True Blood has been really hot, the last 3-4 years. That movie that Denzel was in, I think I remember the guy that played Sean Connery. Yeah, right. Love that movie, Sean Connery. I think wasn't Out of Time filmed there also? With,
actually, I think it was. Now that you mention it, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was filmed out here as well. Yeah, he seems to do a good bit of work here.
My wife loved that movie.
It was really good.
And then
it was really
right,
good.
Because that was the one with Samuel Jackson and his daughter and everything, but the little trial kid. That was that movie, right? And,
that's the Out of Time.
Matthew McConaughey was in it. Yeah, good movie. That was a very good movie. Very good movie.
Yes.
All right,
sure was.
Good. All right, now we're at the top of the hour. It's time to talk about blissful encounters of intensity. 2.
Let's do it.
Forbidden love. All right, we're going to talk about your fans. All right, I don't have no music for us to take a break, so we're going right into it. Let's see. What's going on with your fans? Woo! All right. I'm going to just go ahead and read a review, too, because, you got a lot of 5 stars up here. There was a couple people gave you 2 and 3. Who knows what they was upset about. But we're looking at this. Zina. Is that right? Zina? Is that Zina?
Zina.
Zina. Okay. Zina was a freak and a good one, too. She was a true boss and knew how to play her cards right. All right. Who is this Zina? Zina, I'm sorry.
So Zina, she is more of the she's more of the star of the show, should I say? Now I wouldn't necessarily call it a book, but she's the star of the show. It's like she's running things. She has her and her girl have like this great relationship and stuff, but she is more or less she's trying to keep everything together. She's kind of like the glue that makes everything stick. So she's playing her cards. She's handling her business as a businesswoman, as a friend, as anything you can think of this girl being top notch on. She's doing her job. She's handling her business, but she kind of hesitates in an area, and there it is.
Now you were handling your business in this book because one fan said, she said sexcellent. Sexcellent must be a new word. Sexcellent. Wow. I guess that's what you say when you get up and gotta leave. Well, she said most urban fiction books priced this low have lots of typos and seem to follow the same schematic. Well, you won't find it in this book. She was happy. You took your time. Well, you got like 4 or 5 degrees, so I guess they was expecting to have a book with no errors in it. So kudos to you. And that means a lot. I've been finding that fans are really, especially new fans, they don't want to be reading a book and correcting it at the same time. You just can't enjoy it.
Right.
You just can't.
Absolutely.
And it's easy stuff. Most of the time it's just simple stuff that they're missing. It seems like you just throw a proofread on the job and you can accomplish that task. But she was really happy, and that was like the first thing she came out the gates to say after she gave you 5 stars. So I commend you for that one.
Thank you.
For everyone to learn.
And Shamik stays on me about that too. He called me a perfectionist, and I said, I guess it's so many years of being in school. I have to, I have to see it. I have to correct it. If I see it, I gotta adjust it. So he was like, "Yeah, you're a perfectionist,"
That's
So,
right. So you take your time releasing them also?
Oh yeah, I definitely take my time, and that's one of the main things right there. You don't want your reader to get your book and kind of have that sideways look like, wait, what is she talking about? Wait, what does this word mean? You don't want them to have that. You want them to get in that book and dig in. You want them to be focused in that moment with that character. And, I mean, they shouldn't have anything else to worry about. So that's what I look for. When I'm writing, I want to make sure that they are in the moment and not taken away by anything.
That's right. 'Cause they knew you were a newbie. I don't know how they knew that. Maybe they may have searched around first because the Internet has everything out there. Now, she said that all your characters intertwined with the next, no confusion, like most newbies. Sex, drugs, sex, love, lust, murder, betrayal to the highest level. I cannot wait for part 2. She was very, very happy. And now, part 2 is out there. Okay, now this was written under this one, so what is she talking about?
She probably wrote it under the first book. I don't know, for some odd reason, the way Amazon has it now, it's like I have reviews under my second book that should be under my first book, and reviews under my first book that should be under my second book. So I don't know what they got going on there, but yeah, that's what that was all about.
Okay.
So the first book was Secrets of Denial. So yeah, it was pretty steamy, hot and steamy. That's what it was. So
hot and steamy. So so why you go in that direction first? Tell me that. Why you went that way and not just Now, is this book classified as what? Romance or erotica, or is like in the middle, or just urban romance?
Erotica. I guess you name it. It was in there. I tried to put a little bit of all that in there. I thought about the romance. I thought about full on erotic stuff. I thought about the drama. I tried to add in when I was writing. I thought about all that. And I want to give them so many different emotions that I want them to feel it while they're on this journey. So,
Okay. Now with you, now for you have been classified as romance. I mean, how far back did you have to step back? Was it just 1 or 2 steps, or a lot of steps backwards?
Well, I can honestly say, I guess for me, I kind of look at it as, you want to give the reader what they want. Yeah, of course I had to take a couple of steps back because you don't want to, being a new writer, you don't want to just bum rush them with it. Like, whoa, okay, she's too much. You want to give them enough just to pull them in and then kind of pull them back in that same aspect. So, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And it's not necessarily that I thought erotica going that way was a little more than what something else was. For me, I feel like that's one subject that people will read but don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? So it's like I know if I put a book out like this, I know people are going to read it. They might not necessarily talk about it, but they're going to read it. And that's kind of, I wanted them to say, okay, boom, I see she could do this. So now with the next set of books I have coming out, I went into a whole new level. I went to suspense and horror. So that's a total, that's like 2 total complete different things. And I wanted them to be able to see that I don't just have to write that type of way. I can write in different genres. So I would like to eventually write in every genre except Christian. I don't want to touch it because I just feel like the subject is too touchy, and I don't want to go there. But I do want to write in all the different other genres. I would love to.
But one thing, I know you probably you wouldn't necessarily have to go in the Christian direction, but if you decided to do a thriller or a horror, a lot of your really, really good horror movies are kind of religious tones to it,
That's true. That's true.
So you probably could pull that off without stepping on anybody's toes because it wouldn't be classified as a Christian publication, even though it has the material in there, which you can twist it the way you want. All right, good. Now your cover title it's kind of safe. I would have never known. You know, I would have just looked at it as being because I didn't. We researched you, but we were like, oh, this doesn't. Is it erotica or romance? You look romance to me with this title, Blissful Encounters of Intensity, Forbidden Love. Even though sometimes you look out at some of these movies that's being published in cable, they have those kind of soft tone type titles. Also, it's nothing really hard like Triple X. So
right.
So how graphic are you? I mean, are you able to read anything tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is, the minute I get off the phone with you, I'm gonna start writing. So you're kind of like my break in between that.
Oh,
but
cool.
No, I really the title. I just felt like I wanted the title to catch their attention. I wanted it to grasp their attention and say, ooh, okay, what is this about? I have the two women there. I have the man there. It's almost like, okay, we know there's something going on here. So I feel like having that kind of soft kind of touch to it, it's
right.
like it doesn't push your readers away who's not quite interested in the hardcore stuff.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It kind of still allows them to come in and say, okay, I'm willing to try it out. Let's see what it's about. So,
right.
And of course, people aren't going to love everything. They're not going to like everything, but at least I'm giving myself an opportunity to reach more of the population by not being direct.
Right.
Let's just say that.
Yeah. Now, who's your male lead? Is Dante your male lead?
Yes, Dante is the male lead. Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's the deal with him? What's so special about Dante? What made him the main character, the male character in this book?
Well, first of all, he it's just something about a man with prestige and power, wanting to say, I did this. I may have come from nothing, but I made this. I built this, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring into the story. That it's like, yeah, he's a black man, but he has built like this Fortune 500 company, and he did it with two women. So, and it's just something about having that type of male that kind of, it's like not necessarily the gangster type or the full on other side of the type, but I have one in the middle that can kind of cater to everybody's needs, So and there was that's kind of how I built that character around him.
So Dante is here. So Dante's not a thug, then he's an actual businessman. Yeah,
he is a businessman. No thug intended. Although he does some things that may seem thug-like, he is a businessman. That is what that's his claim right there. So.
Good. So the two women that helps him with this business, was it Amisha and Akia? Is that how you pronounce her name?
No, it's actually Zina and Akia, and Amisha is kind of, she's like the secretary that come in and like disrupts everything. That's what she's there for. She's there to start the drama. You
call her a secretary? I thought they changed the name to like administrative assistant.
Okay, administrative assistant.
And look, they administer a lot more than just typing on the typewriter these days, right? Yeah,
yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. They like to make a name.
So this book is not only about relationships. So there's twists and turns in this book too. I mean, it's like a roller coaster ride.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You are gonna get everything from from that need to grab a partner to, oh my goodness, I want to kill her. It takes you, and the action starts from the minute you crack the cover. That's just and that's how I wanted to go in. I wanted to go in full throttle, just straight ahead. When you crack the cover, you ready. I want you ready, and that's kind of how I came in with it. And although there may be some soft areas throughout the book, the storyline of it stays. It stays true to nature, and it's unfortunate, but life is actually like that. So why not write about it?
That's right. Forbidden Love. Now, your book is in Kindle for $2.99. and your print version. Now, they have some prices slashed here. I can't really tell what's going on with the prices at Amazon. Look like they must be having a little sale going on. But
yeah, they do that from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, because I heard they try to run specials and things.
Yeah.
Good. I think at one time it was going for $12.99 at Amazon price.
Right.
But you have somebody out there actually trying to make a profit on your book. They must like it that much. They liked it that much. They can make a profit.
Oh yeah, and I sure hope so. I mean, I hope I did. To say I was a first-time writer, I sure hope I did a really good job with the readers, and I hope it was enough to keep them coming back. Because I have plenty of stuff ahead. It's going to be quite a ride with me.
All right, now I'm intrigued. Now I'm going to download the first book. I'm going to check out the first book. I've been a pretty fast reader lately. And so I won't be one of those guys going to be thumbing through the pages looking for the action.
Oh, no. Action starts from page 1.
Whoa, so you come out of the gate.
Oh, I come out of the gate wide open. Yes, sir. No hesitation at all.
All right, we have a few more minutes. I want you to tell us a little bit about your screenplay project. Now, everybody go out there to Amazon and support her. The prices are very, reasonable. If you decide to do an ebook, Kindle's $2.99. Of course, Amazon is having various sales through the week. You can check them out, and it's a very interesting. Can we call it a tale? It's a very interesting tale. Can we say that?
Call it that. Yep. You can call it that.
All right. And you're a very interesting author. Now, tell us a little bit about you authoring the screenplays. What's the genre with the screenplays?
Okay, the screenplay right now, it is a paranormal type horror script. I'm going to keep the gore out of it, but it will be a little bit scary. And bringing a whole story up front, this guy, he's killed. A whole bunch of friends come back from different places in the world to celebrate his homegoing, should I say. And a lot of the action is going to take place in the graveyard. They had a thing for partying in the graveyard late at night, and that's where they're going to go to party with him one last time. Well, as they go through their different bouts of having fun throughout the night, well, strange things start to happen. You have weird things like rainstorms coming from out of nowhere, and weird touches, and then all the craziness start to happen. You have people disappearing, and it's going to be crazy.
Goodness gracious.
I'm so looking forward to working on this project, and the more I look at the script, the more it kind of develops. So I'm ready for it.
So you got a green light on that already?
Oh, yes, sir.
Wow, good for you. Good for you. Wow. First time author, screenwriter. You've been blessed.
And you know what? Right. And I'm going to continue to count those blessings, too, because you just never know when your moment is going to leave. You never know when it's going to go away, so you got to take advantage of it. You have to. And I'm thanking God every day for it.
Amen. Yes, because you moving downhill right now, so you just got to maintain control, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now she's the author. That's LAQUITA. She's the author of Blissful Encounters of Intensity 2, Forbidden Love. Also, she has Blissful Encounters of Intensity, Secrets of Denial. Now, that book released in January, and then you come right back in March and release this one. So you are writing them, every 3 months, something like that?
Yeah, I was releasing one every 2 months, and then the whole acting thing happened, so I missed last month. A book should have dropped last month, so that's what I'm working so diligently to shoot on over to my publisher, so we can get one of those suspense horror novels out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm also working on book 3 of Blissful Encounters. So.
All right, so I was about to say, what your fans gonna say about you skipping over them like that, jumping over to another genre?
It wasn't my intention. But what happened was I just could not get this book out of my head. I don't know why. I actually flew to a destination for filming and to do a movie premiere in Hollywood. And I met like this really great, I wouldn't call him stewardess because they're not that, flight attendant. And from the moment I met him, boom, a story popped in my head, and I just had to get it out. So, it's going to be killer. Like, oh, my goodness. Oh. I cannot wait to hear the reviews from this one.
That's right. You got to keep us in the loop. Now, is that movie, how would that movie be rated? Is it rated, is it going to come to the silver screen like most of your popular movie theaters, or is it going to be considered like one of the film festivals, like indie flicks type things?
Well, yeah, that's where I'm going to go with it. Going to do a, just kind of like a trailer of it, and with that you do like the promoting of it with Indiegogo and all those different things, and hopefully, after they see the whole script and stuff, that there's, the potential for investors, big investors, to make it into a full movie. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping, and praying that something good like that comes out of it. But either way it goes, I'm very happy where it is right now because I never expected that. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right. And we got a minute up. Now I was looking at some pictures. Were you guys dressed for a movie set, or were you guys coming from a masquerade party with these really big guys? They was huge. Or were you just really small, like 4 or 5?
No, they're huge. That those are actual actors, and the big black guy, that's the guy Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock, the one that played Michael Orr.
Mm-hmm. And then there was one guy I think was bigger than him.
Yeah, that's Tiny Ron, and he's been in so much stuff. He was even if I'm not mistaken, a professional basketball player. So yeah, so he's pretty big. I think it was something like 7'4" or
yeah. Like I said, wait a minute, because you're at least, what are you, like 5'8", 5'9"?
No, I'm 5'4". So imagine, yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
Wow, I thought you were actually taller than that. Okay,
oh no, I'm not. That guy is huge.
Now, is that kind of popular in Hollywood? That a lot of the women do tend to come around that 5'5" and lower. You don't really find too many taller females except for Nicole Kidman.
I don't know, when you find the women pretty tall, they're more on the slimmer side,
right?
And those are really like the runway type models. You know what I mean? So with me being shorter, I have to wear higher heels. So I'm usually in like 4 or 5 inches of heels, but I'm used to it at this point. So
right, more
that
print.
could be why I look a little taller than I actually am. It was the heels.
Yeah, plus by you being a print models are not expected to be that tall anyway.
Yeah, not really. And I'm really hoping that the whole modeling thing kind of picks up pretty big as well. But oh man, with all the different acting stuff going on, it's like, will I have time for it? It's like something always has to be on the back burner, and I hate that a lot of it has to do with my books, and that's why I said I can't do that. So I took this week off so that I can focus solely on my books and not have to do any modeling stuff.
Good.
Or acting
all right.
stuff.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's LAQUITA S-KAY, and she's the author of Blissful Encounters of Intensity 2 Forbidden Love. Check out on Amazon. And she's on Facebook. You can Google her. She's with True Glory. And we appreciate you spending time with Positive Power 21, the Jerry Royce Show.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You made me a little nervous today, but it all worked out. All right. Glad you made contact with us. You take care of yourself, and we'll stay in contact with you and let us know what projects you got going on. We make sure we send you kudos out there.
Absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jerry Royce Live. Take care and have a good night, and we have another show coming up soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Positive
Thank
Power
you.
21 Network.
You're
Team
welcome.
21 would like to thank you all
right.
for tuning in, and please spread the
Have a
word
good night.
and tell a friend.
You too.
This is Jerry Royce.
God bless.
Positive Power 21, where
Bye-bye.
we get our positive on.
PositivePower21.org, Internet Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us live. Have a good night.